We're live at the legendary Doctor Strange Records in Alta Loma. We're joined by Sunder. Thank you, guys.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. And you guys have a record coming out soon.
Yes, we have our record, Love Always, coming out October 24th on Carte Records.
Very excited. We will be there in attendance. Enjoy you guys live. Can you guys give us introductions? What you guys do in the band? Your names?
My name is Steven Escobar. I sing and play guitar in Sunder, as well as being one half of the main songwriter.
My name is Jameson. I play guitar and also write for Sunder. I press play on the backing tracks, and I'm in charge of the laptop. It's really stressful stuff when it comes to line checks. I'm losing my mind. So yeah, big part there.
Awesome. Can you explain a little bit of the origins of Sunder and kind of like where it all came from?
I was playing and touring with the shoegaze band for like 3 years, and like through that it was fun. Great band, still love those guys.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt like I wasn't doing like my own thing throughout, and then eventually I stopped being a part of that band, and I was living in NorCal, and I just really wanted to like be creative for myself again. So I moved back down from Northern California and started this band with Joey, who's not in attendance, our drummer, and a few other members, and we kind of like cycled through a bunch of people. The goal was very experimental at first. Like our first release was like every track was very, very different, trying to like see what works and what didn't. And then we finally nailed the lineup with Jameson joining, and it's kind of like the band history.
How long ago was that?
We've only been a band for a year and 3 months.
Okay.
Or 2 months.
Very
I think
cool.
the third month is ending now.
I'm like fast tracking it. Yeah, definitely. Cool. How did you guys meet each other? Like, what's the story of, you know?
I was on tour with this darkwave band I used to play in, and Steve and I met at the Paper Tiger in San Antonio because Sunder was supposed to play it, and something happened, and but I knew of Sunder because the band I was playing in Sunder was supposed to play a show sometime like a few months later. So I kind of knew of it, and I was like, oh, cool, nice to meet you. We were talking and hanging out for a while and kind of hit it off. And then I was kind of ready to leave that band, and conveniently enough, Steven hit me up, and he's like, do you know anyone that wants to join Sunder? And I was like, yeah, can I try? I think we were both like being a little shy about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you know anyone, I was like, yeah, I'll let you know, but I think it'd be cool if I could try. And then I kind of left it alone to like not be annoying for a month or two. And then it was when I went to go see World Peace. Joey plays drums for World Peace. And then he was like, the drummer's pretty sick, huh? And I was like, yeah. Like, and then he was like, well, he can be our drummer if you still want to join. And I'm like, I'm fucking in.
What did you initially picture the record to be compared to like what the record was at the end of the day?
So I had a very clear idea at the start of what I wanted, because I was nervous about how well Heaven Can Decide like was received, because I kind of just like threw it out there. There wasn't a lot of like press on it, and you know, people like loved it, and I was like, oh, okay. Do I still like all these are like I mentioned previously, all these were like experiment songs trying to see what works, but it kind of just seems like everything is going at like a good pace. So there was one song that was taken off of Heaven Can Decide, which is I Guess I'll See You in the Movies, which is like for some reason like our biggest song, and it just like
It's a great song.
nonstop growing. So I took that track and I was like, all right, I want to make the whole thing sound like this, because it was released as like a fake throwaway. It was like me just trying to tease to the audience, like, all right, this is out. It's been 2 months. Here's this. So people would maybe think it was like a throwaway song. But I wanted the whole record to sound like that. And when I started writing the songs that have like stayed on Love Always, everything was coming out not like I Guess I'll See You in the Movies, but there was like a clear vein,
a through line.
Yeah.
definitely.
of sound. I was like, all right, I guess we're gonna just have like these 2 songs, because Wallflower, the one single we released, is like a shoegaze track.
Right.
But everything else is very similar. I was like, all right, we're gonna have like 2 like that seem experimental, and then everything else is kind of like the sound that Sunder is now developed into.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna come out the gate strong with this one. Top 5 films.
Top 5 films. I love this movie called Ruby Sparks.
Okay.
It's like a kind of like dark indie romance. I wouldn't say comedy. There's like some comedy in it. I'm a big sucker for rom-coms.
They don't make them anymore.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to.
Say Ruby Sparks.
Ruby Sparks is great. There's this one called Timer that I found on Netflix when Netflix was like still brand new. By the way, this movie is like functionally like lost media. They only did like a small run of DVDs, so you can't really find them. The only place you can watch it if you go on like, I don't do this. I don't do this.
But
if I did, the only way you could watch it is if you went to one of those like torrent streaming sites, which is wrong and illegal, and I don't do that.
Yeah. Do it. Right. Like, what was like a turning point record for you guys in terms of like musical trajectory and like, you know, being a part of like a underground scene or a community, whatever it is?
Funny enough, I have one of those records in here. I don't necessarily think there was like one record. It's like an amalgamation of like different songs.
Right.
They like impacted me, but Disintegration by The Cure is like one of them. The Television record I have picked out was hugely influential to me. Also a lot of like hardcore, like growing up, like Hatebreed was like one of those bands for me where like everything they did was perfect.
Favorite Hatebreed record?
You gotta go with the Blueprint. You gotta go with the Blueprint one.
Satisfaction. Yeah. Perseverance is great too. Yeah.
Yep. Perseverance is like, that snare is fucking crazy.
Such a good record. It sounds so angry, but it's so positive at the same time. So I love that record.
Which I saw them at the Glass House with my dad in like 6th grade.
Oh.
I almost like, as a little kid, like when the switch got flipped, I think it was Muse, like Origin of Symmetry and Absolution. Listening to those as a little kid, you're like, like you're like just like,
this is cool.
Yeah, like a 3-piece band. You're like, that guitar sounds crazy, and like it's still impressive. I think those 2 albums, I'll still give them a pass, even though I don't know when's the last time Muse was good. But those 2 albums are pretty good. But I think one album that stayed with me since I was pretty young, and like I can tell is still an influence on me, is Silver Sun Pickup's Carnivus. That guitar playing is like still so influential to me. I think I was listening, I must have been like 9 or 10, I think, when that album came out. But I remember learning Lazy Eye like by ear when I was like 10 or 11. And it's still like an album I can go back and listen to, and there's just so many good parts to that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of energy and like a lot of like obviously like really like noisy guitars, but his voice is soft and can like pull off like these like softer, slower songs too.
Death Row Meal. You're dying tomorrow. You have got to put a plate in front of you. What's on that plate? What's the drink? What if you need some accoutrements too?
Drink, I'd probably go with like a raspberry brisk. Solid. You know what goes perfectly with like a bag of Frito hot honey barbecue twists.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
But I'm definitely a breakfast food man.
Oh.
So, chicken fried steak, sunny side up eggs, hash browns, side of biscuits and gravy. Raspberry brisk on the side with some after breakfast food honey barbecue twists.
Ooh, okay.
That'd be good. Pretty good
Dessert.
meal.
You gotta have dessert.
I'm not a sweets man.
Ooh.
Not a sweets guy. I just tried gelato for the first time like 2 days ago. It was okay.
Are you more a sorbet person?
I like meals.
Okay.
I'm not a big snacker, not a treat, like sweet treat enjoyer or enthusiast. I don't know. I guess for dessert, just some like Lifesaver gummies.
Okay. It's good.
Yeah.
Nom nom.
Or the Albanese Gummy Bears. Is that how you pronounce
those
it?
are good.
Yeah.
We want to talk about Dream Pop. Let's talk about one of the best albums ever made, Bloom by Beach House. So many hits front to back. I mean, just starting out with Myth. I mean, that song is huge. If you've ever like seen them live and like if they play that, everyone just like shuts the fuck up and like waits for it. It's got like such a beautiful like build at the end. And then this one, when I was talking about like bands that like kind of like flip the switch when you're younger, I remember the first time I heard Zero, and I was just like couldn't stop listening to it. It was like, I don't know, like one of the first bands I felt like that had like a little like edge to it or like some bite, and just like I remember hearing those guitars. I was like, how do you make guitars sound like that? Yeah, this album's amazing. I mean, there's so many like hits, and like this album's like stood the test of time and like probably always will.
This next one, probably a hot take. In my opinion, the best punk band ever, Minor Threat. Love them. I'm not straight edge, but they did convince me to go vegetarian and then vegan for a couple years. That phase is over now, but shout out Minor Threat. Yes. This one is a personal favorite of mine. Huge fan of Sculpture Club. Worth. Great record. Gifts of Light. Such a beautiful intro to that song. Love it. Chaz, you're a genius. Everything you do. I told you this at the A La Carte Fest. I'm like your biggest fan. I'm so glad we're friends now. Dude, the A La Carte Fest was so fun. It felt like a family reunion. Which is funny because like we just joined like probably like 3 weeks before the A La Carte Fest. We like had just signed on ALC. But a lot of friends, a lot of bands that I've been like a fan of and like have been wanting to meet. Like Chaz from Sculpture Club and everyone in Sculpture Club. But got to see like one of my probably the best friend I've ever made in music, Frankie from Still Ruins. And my baby boy Cyrus and Chema, love you. Which was funny because we had just like spent like that tour with them like 2 weeks prior.
Right.
So it was just that, seeing everybody, meeting a lot of the other artists I wasn't familiar with, and then meeting like Francisco and Travis in person, which is I guess a rare occasion because they live so far away now.
Kind of spread.
I don't know, it was just a really fun night. Niall, who does like a lot of the marketing and stuff for the label.
Shout out now.
Who like I had just like been casual friends with on the internet. That was really great. I don't know. It was just like probably my favorite show we've ever done so far.
The lineup was great. I mean, so many like different sounds like on the label.
Yeah.
In general, it's like some industrial. Clear Capsule was a great band to see live. My friend Skylar, who plays in Deceits, was filling in. So I definitely made a point to watch them, and then seeing them live for the first time, like they were just so loud, like sounded so tight.
Yep.
They were great.
Yeah.
Of course, the boys in Still Ruins, since joining Sunder, got to meet them and play with them a couple of times. They're all great. I love them. I look forward to seeing them again.
Forever and ever.
IEHC.
IEHC. That's where we're from. Best place on the fucking planet. California above everything. Everything. Best fucking country in the world. California.
Book it.